From the Ballerz Discord channel. This is the Baller Locker Room, where we talk all things baller. My name is Alex, and the guest this week is one of the Ballerz community newest member, BeeTeeGee. He has been making a big splash, and we discuss how he almost sold his PFP to Ronin, some observations and comment for the Ballerz community. So please enjoy episode 11. Disclaimer. The Baller Locker Room podcast is not affiliated with NFT Genius or Ballerz NFT. All discussion here is not financial advice and a solicitation to purchase any past, present, and future Baller NFTs. All right. Welcome to the 11th episode of the Baller Locker Room. Today we have a new whale that's making big splashes in the baller community. It is none other than BeeTeeGee. Good evening and welcome to our show.
Hey guys, appreciate you having me.
Thank you, thank you. Joining me as co-host is MP.
Bing bong. What's up, ballers? Good to be back for sure. It's exciting to chat with BeeTeeGee and kind of hop back into Ballerz here. I was out last week. Felt a little bit left out, honestly, Alex. But you get the show had to go on. The show had to go on. You guys had to do what you had to do, and I had a little vacation, played some golf. Feeling really good about this week and the weeks coming up here on Ballerz.
Sounds good. You mentioned you have a getaway golf tournament kind of thing. Are you ready to take on Scotty Scheffler now?
I mean, listen, number one golfer in the world. I would love to play around with him. I probably don't deserve to be on the same course or even, within 75 feet of him. But yeah, man, it would be awesome to play with him.
Yeah. He'll maybe hide you as a backup caddy one day.
How awesome would that be? By the way, this has to be 3 months, right? We're 3 months in on this show. Is that right?
Yeah, 12 weeks about exactly.
Yeah, because we took 1 week off based on either holiday or whatever it was. So this is the 12th week. Got to throw some confetti in the air. I mean, this is Ballerz Locker Room 3 months here. Throw it in the air.
We're gonna hit BeeTeeGees with the lightning round questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, shoot it.
First one, could you just let the audience know where you're from, where you grew up, what made you pick Baller ID 3641 as your PFP?
I'm from Los Angeles, kind of moved all around Southern California growing up. 3641, Mr. Duflaca Rant is one of 3 ballers that I minted on mint day. Ended up being, I think, the 18th highest skill player. So, and I think the highest rated alt skin non-human baller. So naturally, kind of made it my profile picture.
I mean, I'm personally, BeeTeeGee, I am incredibly jealous. As you may or may not know, I'm a massive skill guy. I really love skill, and Ronin. We'll talk about it later, but Ronin is with me, and him and I, being the Billboard boys, all we want is skill. So I have to say, I'm incredibly jealous of you, and Duflaca.
Yeah, he's offensively, he's got it all right now.
So question, regarding, traits and skills and combo and, if you were to sort of be able to pick your own baller, what do you prefer? What's interesting to you?
No, all skills, no point looking good if you're shooting bricks all the time. So always looking for that right now.
All right, that's cool. What do you covet, like, inside of the skills piece? What exactly do you covet? Do you have a specific type of skill or no?
So yeah, the UBLs kind of got me more into thinking and looking into the skills, and not to give away too much of my strategy right now, but I'm kind of looking at some, high defense, high playmaking, to go with Duflaka. Not too worried as long as they're, about the shooting, as long as they're making some plays on defense. So gonna give that a shot.
I feel you on that. I think Alex, our next question almost answered, but feel free to ask it.
If you were to get a custom baller, what would be your kind of top accessory or top body you would pick out for your baller?
Probably the gold grills for accessory. I know the BeeTeeGee team's gonna be all wild over that answer. I just kind of like the flash, give a little show on the court. And I kind of would have to say lizards, for my top body pick, kind of favoritism right there. But other than that, the pink aliens are pretty interesting. They kind of pop. So I might look to add one of those to my team soon.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Just a heads up, gold grills is actually not an accessory. It is a pixel scan. I don't think it's on the
So you need
blockchain.
another answer.
No, I'm just letting you know. You're new to the community. Me and MPace have at least spent 100 hours looking at this baller index, understanding all the different traits and bodies. So just a little tidbit.
Okay, that's interesting. Missed that part.
So yeah, typically the skills are the traits that we get. People are like, I love, the gold headphones or the gold chain, or, some people are like, you know what, I like the gold earring or whatever. It's a little bit of flash, but not too much, things like that. So those are actual accessories.
Yeah, no, the gold headphones, those are pretty nice. I guess would probably be my other choice. And I know those are pretty rare too, so gonna have to pay a little to get some.
Yeah, huge fan myself, and they are super rare. I mean, Alex, don't quote me, but I think it's either 23 or sub 23. It's got to be. I think that's probably the number.
Yeah, I don't even remember. It's been so long since we played that baller. So so you think you know the marketplace game, but yeah, it's definitely less than 30 for sure. Just off the top of my head, I think a lot of people love the Go headphones, I'm more of a subtle guy. Earrings is my pick. That's why it's mostly my PFP. We're gonna move on to some story time questions. Ronan mentioned in the UBL stream that you almost sold your PFP to him. Can you kind of give your story side and what made you decide to change your mind?
Yeah, we were pretty close on that. My friend actually, he was more into the Ballerz Discord at the time, and so he'd known all the whales and what they were looking for. And I told him, throw it out there. I'm kind of looking to, move the baller. I haven't really been in the Discord that much at the time. So he threw it out there, and Ronan hit me up on Twitter. You started with a pretty good offer, so I continued to listen. I still kind of feel in the market, but then I think I rejected about 2 offers, and then I think later a couple of days later, he came back with a pretty nice offer. I really considered it, but then, that kind of, I guess, instinct, I was like, okay, why does he want it so bad? So I kind of went and looked into it more and kind of decided to hold on to him, and then also minting something, probably my rarest mint so far in NFT. So kind of just decided to hold on to it. But yeah, he was close. I almost said yes.
Very well, very well. Well, I am super happy that you did not say yes, because I have a sort of rivalry with my fellow Billboard boy, and I'm certainly going for the top starting 5 with a 6-man at least right now. Mostly 90s, and with a captain near 90. So I'm certainly happy that you kept them yourself. I got to keep that competition spread wide. So speaking of sort of skills and so on and so forth, the UBL season 2. Tell me how you got hooked. I mean, obviously you weren't in the Discord very much, and how'd you hear about it? Who told you? You know, tell us a little bit about that.
So shout out to all the friends over at Squanchland. But Justin Brown, he dropped in one day, posted a little announcement, kind of mentioned the UBL. And, this wasn't too much longer after Ronan hit me up for my baller. But yeah, at that time, he kind of explained it and got me kind of interested. And obviously having a high skilled baller, kind of want to see, and then kind of clicked and realized that's why he wanted the baller. So yeah, Justin Brown, Squanchland, they got me in, and then once I got in that Discord, haven't left since.
Nice. Well, I mean, listen, us three, we know what Squanchland is. I mean, the people might want to know a little bit about it. Do you have an understanding of what Squanchland is? Just very brief. You don't have to go in depth or anything, but I think the people would want to know.
I mean, Squanch, they've just been degening into NFTs, pretty much since it started last year, and it just kind of grew into a family. Wade's, he's big in the Top Shot community. He kind of started that Discord, and it just kind of grew into something more.
Pretty exclusive club, and when Wade's made that, it's a ton of really awesome people, and it's cool to chat with somebody from Squanchland.
I have a slight follow-up question. Now that you mentioned Wade was the person who bought the #1 ranked baller for a total of 100K in ETH and some maybe Top Shot moments. How much would you pay for the #1 baller?
Ooh, now, I mean, I'm pretty happy with Duflaka, but if I see Ding on the court, what he named his #1 baller, and he puts up some points, but I like the defense, the triple doubles. I think he's obviously probably worth more than 100,000 now.
Yeah, I mean that's gotta be. I mean, sheesh, Dingaling has to be the most valuable baller, like by a long shot. And what I mean by is like when announcements come out, when more official leagues come out, I can't imagine that Dingaling doesn't earn that money back. And, I just keep on thinking in the back of my head there has to be a significant return from somebody that skilled. And so if I like think about what BeeTeeGee just said, yeah, obviously he's worth more than 100K because you stick with Ballerz, like he's going to get you the money back and then some. Like it's basically like equity in your house. I mean, you're investing in something that is essentially going to go up.
Yeah, he's just like LeBron. Everybody's going to want to play, be on his team, and so that alone just going to make it easier for him to get that value back to him.
Nice. That's great to hear that you value it more. But we would love to see Wade's interaction in the UBL. I mentioned in past episodes, seeing your baller in action changes your perspective from just like being a passive investor or collector and actually rooting for your baller. So, you are in the stream, I'm in the stream, we're always yelling. Just we're watching little paragraphs just pop out on the side, but we're looking at our baller and they're putting up scores, and it makes us so much more interactive. And that's the whole reason that we are into this community, because when the official stuff comes out, it's going to be so much more fun, and looking forward to see all this interaction with other ballers.
I mean, speaking of like rooting for you and Ballerz, what the heck? I don't want to make this about me, but like Mom Ballerz, Bryant, okay, #7 skill is not performing in the UBL, and I have no idea why or how. This is ridiculous. I mean, I got to do something about it. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I will enlighten you a bit, MP. So one of our teams is also having this issue, right? We have some highly skilled big players. Our team is called Rose Gold Simps, but there are some heavy ballers in there, heavy hitter ballers in there. But the simulation actually has some synergies between the starters and the defense coordinations. So it was Parson Calmer who kind of dug up this little nugget that these ballers simulations have synergies. So it might be that your starting five is all a certain role, so they don't have offensive synergy or defensive synergy. So you're not seeing as, as as a higher potential as you think your ballers should be.
Alert, alert, alert. Alpha, I mean, I had no idea about this. I'm gonna have to dig into it further. BeeTeeGee, did you know this?
I came across that article. I started looking into it more. That's kind of what got me into the, looking at that 90, those high playmaking, high defense. So yeah, I've been tinkering with my rosters, and so I haven't cracked the code yet, but there's something there.
Can we change our ballers? I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, do you know that, BeeTeeGee, or no? I think we can change one baller. Blood said we can change one.
Blood's being super nice. I think he's letting people change it. But I have to ask the guy, but he's super nice about it. I don't want to. I've been pinging him for role changes and sneaker changes and stuff, but definitely just ask the guy. He's super. He's willing to accommodate for the most part.
All right, I digress. Anyway, going into the deep dive here, my man.
Sounds good.
Observations about Flow Ballers Discord channel you noticed, good, bad. Just give us some of your perspective there. I think that people would love to hear that, especially since you're fairly new to getting adjusted into the Discord.
No, yeah, nothing bad. One cool thing I would like to see, kind of some more daily engagement between the team and the fans, kind of taking a point from Top Shot, how they do their daily challenges. Maybe somehow tying that into who's holding certain ballers, that would get people in there, and then once you get people in there, sometimes, like me, they get in there and they never leave, and that's kind of what you need. Other than that, the Discord's great, the people are great. Everybody's helping each other, whether that's, with questions or finding deals or good snipes to improve their team. Overall, love the Discord, not your typical NFT Discord.
Good deal. Appreciate you.
A lot of stuff goes on the Discord. Just want to reiterate your point that I mentioned in previous episode. The community is so strong, but we also need kind of like the demand back. What would be your suggestion to kind of maybe you're brought onto NFT Genius? How would you kind of bring demand, hype, all the good things back to Ballerz community?
As far as, the typical NFT project cycle, I feel they kind of got, you have the hype, and I think they're kind of through the rough part right now. But, the community is kind of holding it up, giving it that support for now. I just think they, I think the game is a big thing. That's what got me into it. Getting that, on a more professional scale, kind of seamless to, onboard people and get them interacting with it. I think that's the biggest thing. And then, trying to get as close to the NBA, because that's what a lot of these holders, they love basketball. So as close as you can get them to the NBA, I think that's another, home run hit that they could deliver.
These are all great points. I think, and you bring really great experience from other NFT Discords or projects, communities in general. If maybe there was one thing you could pick from another community, what would you think would be valuable to the Ballerz community for us to either emulate or maybe omit from what we do on a daily basis or weekly basis or anything of the sort? Just from an improvement standpoint, if you were to make a parallel to another community, what would you say you think?
Um, Honestly, it's kind of simple. I mean, not simple to do, but when you think about it, everything it just comes down to communication. Um, you look at Board Ape, they're not constantly doing tweets. It's but it's just kind of what they say and how they deliver it and the timing of that. It's everything as far as their timing with their comms. It's perfect. When whether that was the ape coin stuff like that, it's they nailed that. They don't have to be doing airdrops and doing all this stuff constantly. As long as they're building and that communication is on point. You know, it's I think that would be pretty critical for them.
So what I'm getting is not constant communication. It's communication to the point where there's a trust factor and your community is in sync with the creators and the creators come out with what they say they're going to. So not necessarily like in you know uh, under promise over deliver, but more so do what you say you're going to do and communicate it critically at the right times.
Yeah, you don't have to leak, the whole information, but as long as, your holders know something is coming and, it does come, building that good history, right. With Board Ape, they're going to deliver eventually, just based on their experience. And once you have that trust in the community that, it's coming, it's going to happen. It's a runaway train, hard to stop.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's really good advice, and I like that perspective. I guess just a similar thing, and this is kind of the last deep dive question is, if there was a baller's end game for you, what would you say that is? What does the environment entail in general at an end game state?
I think it's just a lot of combination of in real life, experiences, tapping into the gaming community, kind of the gen gambling community, and obviously the NBA. But just kind of intertwining all of those into an ecosystem provided officially, by the Ballerz team uh, at a professional scale, with the right resources, just tapping into all of those and bringing it all together. I think that's where it all ends up, and then obviously as close to the NBA as they can get.
Fascinating. I'm not sure if you heard what I spoke last episode, but I definitely agree. This project must tap into the gaming market shares. It's constantly growing, and it's the one thing that, is such an easy link between NFT, metaverse, and our current situation of gaming. You see all these deployment and resources into VR, AR tech, and ultimately the metaverse, right? You even have Facebook changing their entire company goals and name to the Meta. And when Ballers release this game, I do want them to make it big, right? You want to be League of Legends size or Dota tournament sizes. And I think I'm in alignment with you. Make sure we tap into NBA and the whole gaming esport ecosystem. You have anything to add, MP?
No, no. I thought this was incredibly valuable. I I do have one just sort of cap off from a couple weeks ago that I never got a chance to. I thought it was awesome. I was asking the community to ask some questions. I don't know if you remember this, Alex.
Yes, I did. Did anyone? Well, no one reached out to me, but I heard they gave you some questions.
Yes, yes. So I thought one of the questions was incredible. It was from Patrick Viewing, our communications director himself. And this can go for all three of us. I want all three of our answers here. The question is, what is the best parm entree? Chicken, shrimp, eggplant, or other? BTG, we'll start with you.
I'll stick with the classic. I think it's got to be chicken. Um, obviously, second I'd go eggplant. If you're into the vegetarian side, it's not a bad option.
Alec?
For me, I actually don't eat any of these parm items. Scandalous, I know, but if I had to pick one, I think I would go with chicken as well. Stick with the original. You don't need to do anything fancy with the fish or eggplants. How
That's
about
fine,
you,
Alex. I mean,
MP?
I'm not gonna hit you hard with that. Jeez, dude. My favorite parm entree, and actually, I am a chicken parm connoisseur. Basically, every place that I go to, every different country, most restaurants, I'm ordering a chicken parm, whether it be a sub or a entree or whatever it is. Like I'm usually ordering a chicken parm. Although I got like a local place, like a local brunch spot. I got an eggplant parm the other day, and it was incredible. It was one of the best eggplant parms that I've had, and it rivaled a lot of chicken parms that I've had. So I gotta go with chicken parm, but jeez, that eggplant parm was so damn good. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I still can't stop thinking about it. But I gotta give Patrick Viewing a shout out. I mean, that was an incredible question. There's a few other ones. I think I'll keep them for other episodes. But for the people, keep those questions coming. Any particular questions you have of us, whether it be political, about us, about the universe, about literally anything, send them our way. Shoot them to my DMs, Alex's DMs, and we'll try and make it a real regular thing if you ask some good questions.
That's all the time we have. I think I want to just wrap up this interview with this question. Who do you think right now will win it all in the UBL Season 2 premiere? BeeTeeGee, we'll go with you first.
Oh, well, my team, Squanchland West, probably not going to make it, so I'm going to have to go with the Squanchland team with Ding on it. I'll root for them all the way. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe, I forget where the
The
north,
South
no,
is
south.
the South is where Dingaling and Michelle Jordan's on. A beast of a team.
Yeah, so my vote's going to go with them.
Mpe, son of Jams.
I mean, no, I got a couple underdogs, so those guys got to improve, and I gotta keep looking at tweaks before they become true contenders. So no, I can't say. Although I'm incredibly competitive, I can't say that they're winners at this point. So I'll go with the O3 Wolves.
Oh, you stole my pick right under me as well. The O3 Wolves look so dominating. They're on a 12-game win streak or something like that. So hopefully, Blood will allow us to tweak our entire lineup or, couple lineups. But thank you all so much for your time. Any last plug-in, BeeTeeGee, before we sign off?
Oh, no, just one more time to the Squanchland family.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and see you guys next week. That wraps up episode 11. Thank you so much for listening, and a special thank you for BeeTeeGee for his time. Please like and subscribe on Apple or Spotify. Send feedback or comments on our Twitter at BallerLockerR1. Thank you again, and see you guys next week.